Hey everybody, and welcome back. Once again, I have to apologize for not having a video out on Monday. As I have been mentioning in the past, I have moved into a new home over this weekend, and I'm officially living here. I was in my apartment and moving some stuff to this house for a little bit, and now I am fully moved in, which is amazing, except for the fact that I still have a lot of boxes to unpack and a lot of things to do, which unfortunately led to me not having a video for Monday. When it reaches 1 o'clock in the morning and you're supposed to release a video the next day, honestly, I'd rather just skip putting out the video than put out a video that's been basically rushed. This should be being released Wednesday morning. I'll be trying to put out more and more content just to kind of make up for as much content as I missed. I know that Rogue Legacy, Omni Legacy, is a little bit of a cheat tactic since they're only like half-hour episodes, so I really do appreciate your patience. I know one of my subscribers was requesting FTL. I very much want to play some FTL, actually, ever since it got mentioned. So I will definitely be doing that at some point, but unfortunately making sure that my house is in order, unfortunately reaches top priority. So I hope you guys understand. But if you remember, we are going to be playing as a Spelunkette, which means that we are going to have an increase of 30% for our gold gain, and the rest of our stats are basically crap. So we're just going to try and survive as long as we possibly can. We're still hitting for okay, 36 damage. It's going to at least get us through the castle pretty easily. That's about all we can hope for, is to just make a ton of money. Pretty sure everything is going to be worth 18. Yep, it's worth 18 gold. Each coin. So we're going to be making a lot of money. In comparison, I believe the highest we've reached before this has been somewhere in the ballpark of 15, I want to say. That was kind of close, but not too bad. Sometimes you just have to do a sort of farming episode, farming run. Not every run can be a run for the boss. It's just kind of how it works. In this case, it was just because we didn't spawn something good enough. None of our children were quite up to snuff. It's kind of cool, but also very true. I remember I was looking for either Paladin, actually might have been good. I actually don't quite remember all of our options, but I think I was really looking for a dragon. We had some decent options. They weren't amazing, they weren't terrible. But the reroll definitely produced some subpar children, which is unfortunate to say the least. But sometimes it just happens that way. It's the gamble you take. Remember, never take one of those. I probably should, just as an example. Maybe when I'm really close to death, I'll just take it. We're already not killing everything. Luckily, our Vampirism and Siphon is going to be helping us out quite a bit. So with the amount that I use my spells, I should probably just forego the Siphon and focus on Vampirism. Just in case we get hit here. So there's nothing I need to take that chicken leg, and I don't know why I took that again. That's right, because we have a headlamp, we actually get to see all of this, which, to be honest, is really cool. I think it's super cool, actually. So unfortunately, I ended up eating that chicken leg a little early. He still took full damage. Now, I'm not really a fan of the Maya, especially as a Spelunkette, but I'm basically going to take the same approach as I have for the runs where we're actually going to the boss, and that's that I'm going to enter the Maya and basically just try and farm it. Oh, that was unfortunate. Basically, I'm going to farm the Maya as best I can, and then when we reach a slightly dangerous amount of health, or some other consumable. Whether I mean, mana is the only other one really. But when we reach that point, I can then flee to the castle where it's easier and where I can heal up. And this will maximize our gold getting ability, basically. That was unfortunate. It's just annoying. But yeah, if we maximize our gold getting ability, we'll be able to we are being masters of dodging right now. Yeah, that was pretty ugly, but we've trapped the mimic down there. We've killed the one eye. That was super unfortunate. And now we got the other one. Alright, so we still have to deal with the mimic, and after this room I'm probably just going to retreat. Oh my. Yes, the answer is definitely retreat. In fact, if I get touched again, I'm going to die. I'm going to leave. We have a chicken leg basically waiting for us. And that was definitely risky, a very suboptimal bouncing pattern from that spike ball. I'm just gonna retreat back. And I'm at 10 health. That's pretty bad. We actually hadn't explored this, which meant it was really dangerous to drop down here. I was not thinking. But now we go back to the castle. As I said, we're going to use the Maya only when we are doing very well in terms of health and mana. That's pretty fun. Sometimes there are a few rooms. This is very nice. I really shouldn't use it. Not right now, anyway. Okay. Fine, game. I'll use one of them. I won't use the other one because I'm not running low on mana. Okay, that's where we have to go. This will be an easy way down. No, I don't think we would have died. There is a fairy chest up here, though. We can almost get it, but we can't actually. I know I'm being a little quiet for this run. There's really not all that much to be said about the castle, which is actually one of the downfalls of Rogue Legacy. I saw this as possibly becoming a problem with the Let's Play. There's not much to really comment about this section. It's only when I get into the parts that you guys haven't seen before or I haven't beaten before that interesting commentary happens. So we got a chest and a fast zombie. Not very difficult. That was close. This room I don't think I've seen before. But not, at least not recently. Okay. This room is very dangerous. We got a lot of stuff that can travel through, and he's just doing tons of bones. So we are all the way down to 16 health, but we were at 3,000 gold, which honestly for a Spelunker isn't all that bad. Spelunkers are so fragile, it's actually significantly more challenging to make money on them. Ugh. Okay, good. I didn't want to jump into close range because if they decided to charge, that would have killed me. That was a very unnecessary chicken leg. Alright. So we're getting back up there in terms of health. And we are to the forest. Not sure if the forest is going to be good or bad for us. I feel like our strength is still going to be decent enough here that we can do good damage. But the enemies are still challenging and they're still doing a good bit of damage. Which means that we can't be lazy. So it's very possible for us to net negative, basically. If we're not careful. But getting 4 health per kill. That was interesting how he got knocked back there. This actually could be the end, unfortunately. But I've already invested so much in this that it's going to be really hard to not. That was really close. I think it's like one more hit. Okay, so that was really tense, but I just saw 900 gold come out of that, so it's a little hard to complain. This is just a terrible room. I'm just gonna ignore it. We really need to get some small, easy kills. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was gonna be a one-hit kill. If it wasn't, we were gonna be in some trouble. That was not a one-hit kill. That's actually a little surprising, to be honest. Those guys are generally on the weaker side. We're gonna have to be careful here. I'm actually going to opt for the extra damage strategy because we're not going to get bounced back and possibly... There's another no-looking chest. You have to have dashes in order to get that. Luckily it worked out, because I always carry a dash. This is dangerous, because I'm opting for the bouncing strategy for those guys, which could put me in the path of a bone, which I definitely don't want to be in, especially since we're trying to go net positive. Luckily, it brings up Hi Santa in the background. Still not sure why that's a thing. So here's the question, do we pray? It's really hard not to. Helios Blessing. I believe this increases our chance of finding gold, which is super good. I mean, especially as a spelunker. I definitely, foresee spikes at the bottom of this. Anything else in here? I feel like this room was like mostly empty. For no other reason than to be mostly empty. And I'm not going to risk getting those coins. It is not worth the damage I would take. That was just a trap room, basically. Just stay in there too long. We are not going to be able to get those skeletons. We're going to have to run by them. Unfortunately, we're getting hit with basically every round they're throwing at us. That did not one-hit kill that. I'm surprised we didn't get hit by that jump there. I was expecting it, but I was expecting it to be a little bit... I was expecting it to be sooner, and when it didn't come, I thought maybe it wasn't going to be able to make the jump, and it was just caught. And of course, the second I lowered my guard and thought, okay, I'm probably okay, bam. That's a good amount of gold. We're sitting at 8,000 gold, which is pretty darn good. But that's that for most of the forest, actually. We got a little bit up, and that's about it. Although that is probably a good 5, maybe 7 rooms. It's just a guess. Forgot we didn't actually clear this room out. Just basically I'll drop in and swing and jump back out again. Hope that that fire isn't lined up in the wrong way. Hopefully we didn't actually get burned by that. And yes, Yes, I apologize for that absolutely terrible pun. I'm surprised I don't actually apologize. I made way too many puns. Don't know if that was one of the better ones or one of the worst ones. I'm trying to kill just something. I want to get the skeleton, because he can actually hurt me down here. The nightmare, I'm not too worried about. Yeah, the fire is kind of annoying. But my sword actually reaches further than its fire, which is surprising. I actually thought I was going to get hit there. So that was definitely just a really good room for us in general. We managed to get back to pretty much full health. Okay, we managed to get back to full health. And then lose it, but that's because I'm silly. This is one of those rooms that I feel like there was something supposed to be in here and it just decided to troll. That was a really slow reaction time. I need to kill these guys. They're raining down so much acid that it's a little hard to get into a safe spot, especially because you have to stand a little still. You have to stand a little still so that you don't get hit. You have to stand in one of the safe spots. Spots in the pattern that just won't get hit by the acid, and then that's when the eye basically just throws the worst stuff it possibly could at you, and I'm going to wait for that. I think it's totally worth it to fight that mini-boss. Maybe another 1,000, maybe more gold. But I'd like to be full health, or at least close to it. Okay, that was a one-shot. Luckily those arrows are... Wow, he fired those straight up, and it was entirely ineffective. Alright, so we've broken 10,000 gold. I feel really happy about that, actually. Especially because we haven't really entered the Maya just yet. I mean, yeah, we did a little bit in there, but not a ton. Unfortunately, that gold coin got locked away from us. I'm going to save that, just in case I make a stupid mistake and get hit. That was very close to getting hit. And then, of course, I don't actually have to go back, assuming I don't get hit. That was really close. Not entirely sure how I didn't get hit. But hitboxes are hitboxes. We're at full health, so I'm going to give this a shot. It's important with this boss that you watch the bones. Just swing. Unfortunately, the other one's going to get angry. Throw a lot more bones. Just keep moving and swing when you can. Darn. Thought I could barely fit through there. And we did get a chicken leg out of that, so we didn't lose as much. And we get the Sage Helm. Definitely, definitely worth it. Even if I'm not going to use the Sage Helm, it basically allows me to unlock other stuff. That was also pretty unfortunate. Luckily that was a one-shot. Slimes are actually really nice. Just remember even though the initial kill doesn't give you HP, you get basically 2 kills out of it since it splits in half. And that's effectively the forest. I'm pretty sure that is every single possible doorway that I could have taken. We do actually have a little bit of castle left, so what I'm going to do... That's not the right way. I believe that the path from here is actually shorter from the beginning, so that's what we're going to take. Since we're not full health, this isn't wasted in the castle. If we were to go up to the Maya and take some damage, eventually we'd be at a low enough health that I would definitely retreat. This is basically just extend that time. as long as I don't go past max health, I won't have wasted any of the extra kills. Now, that means that I'm going to have to choose the rooms carefully here, how far I'm going to clear, and I need to watch my health more than usual. Because if we're trying to max this as effectively as possible, I hope it does defeat everything, which is one of the easier ones, actually. That was a mistake because I had to stop moving. That was a jump. Basically, if I keep moving forward, the eyes are not smart enough to shoot where you are going to be. They always shoot where you are. So moving forward actually gives you an advantage. But if you've got to jump, then you end up in the path. You know there are no more enemies in this room. That's nice. Looking down, we still have what looks to be our teleportation room. Or no, this would be our boss room, actually. I forgot we haven't seen our boss room. Well, you can just tell that because of, like, there are two chests in the same room, and in that configuration just right next to each other. Don't need mana. You know, we are at 5 health, so let's head back into the Maya. Being at 5 health, sorry, when I said we're at 5 health, I meant we're 5 health down. That's basically 1 kill, so presuming that I don't get hit, the first kill will basically be what we need it to be and get me to effectively full health. And in fact I did, which means that... And if I didn't get hit before the second kill, then it was definitely guaranteed just as good as. And of course that ends right there, but... Trying to find that arc. I got it. This is a good use of magic right there. That looks like a fake portrait to me, but that is definitely a mimic. I honestly did think that was going to be a fake portrait. Well, you're obviously fake. Like, did you even try? If that had been a fake portrait, that would have been pretty bad. Just gotta fit in between the patterns, and you will be successful. That was unfortunate. This warg is going to hurt. Jump. It's gonna jump, I know it is. Just waiting for it. It's not worth that gold coin. It just isn't. I'm gonna go a different path. Now there's a question mark room over here. I'm going to guess that that's in the notebook. Nope, it's a teleport. But here... And we made it. Yeah, I had no time to actually comment and think about that. I had to just tell it. I had to just do it. Usually... You can see that there's an invisible path here, but basically you just have to always jump and hit down and A, because you're either going to be move forward and jump in and get it, or you're going to be needing to drop down through an invisible floor. It's never going to be as simple as just walk in and walk down. If you're super observant, as I said, you can see this being slightly darker. And you could also see this being slightly darker. But honestly, with the room the way it is, this sort of makes sense. Honestly, I think that one's just experience. Getting through those rooms that have the invisible pathways in them fast enough. I think it's a little bit of a guess. It's a little bit of... I don't want to say intuition. Actually, I think it makes logical sense, but I also think that just having done it enough times makes you have a decent idea how to go about doing it. That is a ton of damage. Luckily the knockback on these guys is good. You get a hit them and they won't hit you. are at 15,000. I believe that's the most we've had in a single run. So I'm actually really happy about that. I know it doesn't exactly sound like it, but that's just because I am pretty physically tired from moving all my stuff today. Continuing to move all my stuff. You never know how much stuff you got till you move. I think that's very true of at least me. I can't speak for anybody else exactly, but okay. I know that one's. I know they're both minions. And that's because I looked at the map. And also, that one was twitching. The other one I wasn't entirely sure about until I looked at the map. Because it wasn't twitching. But I'm going to take as full advantage of this as I can. Since he is above me and can't actually get to me. That was close. That was in fact real. I was expecting it to be a mimic. So we might as well open it. I very much want to get into that room next to us. That was off to the right because there were like 3 chests there. That's right, it's a warg, not a warg. I blame Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I very much want to head towards that. That bad. That's just because we haven't seen anything. They can fly around. We're basically just fighting one-on-one. If I can just stand on top of this guy. That's super close. Alright. Bounce on him enough times. Unfortunately, no, I guess it's not entirely unfortunate, but it turns out that it was not a room with like 3 chests in it. It was just the bottom of a room having a chest. I presume the top of a room having a chest. And probably, and then the other corner of a room having a chest. So, as I said, not actually as good as it appeared on the map. But that, you know, that's okay. There's nothing particularly wrong with that. I would like to go this way just to hit that treasure chest. This room didn't look too bad, just slightly annoying. As long as you can keep those guys out of alignment with you, there's nothing to worry about, which is actually really easy to do. Eventually, I believe their more advanced versions shoot on angles as well, which is pretty darn annoying, because getting hit by angles is one of the easiest ways to get caught unawares. Just not paying attention, not being 100% observant. That happens. Oh man, that Doomvis MVP, that thing wrecked me. Alright, now we can probably look at the boss room, and in fact we can. So I'm in fact actually going to head towards it. Just because I would like to get the health recovery. I know that it's the annoying way, but if we can catch that warg actually jumping at us, we can basically play a little game of chicken with him, and rather than having to hope he gets himself unstuck, most of those will get fired into the ceiling. We must have hypergonetics, and I just forgot about it because we were sending everything flying. That was really bad. I don't like that, so I'm just going to leave him be. That's really entertaining. Can I check if we have... It doesn't look like we... Oh, we do indeed. Alright, so I just missed that and totally forgot about it. That's why we're knocking enemies back so crazily. And that's that. I thought that might be the case, but we were not able to left. We still made total bank, though. That's 4 rows. We were on to 5 rows. We made it like 5 1/3 rows of enemies. It's pretty good considering that the Spelunker has very weak stats. I'm still aiming for a dragon. Okay, we got one. Okay, we'll go for it. Once again, we're not a man dragon, we're a woman dragon, but not much I can really say to that. Alright, so we literally have 19,000 to spend. We can spend this basically wherever we want. Wherever we want. Tempted to pick up a Death Defy, because right now we're at 3%. But I would also like to do some magic damage and some health. Let's real fast check out what we've unlocked here. So we can get 6 damage. Part of this is that this is not actually going to at all affect us. There's our Sage Helm. Because we're going Dragon, which means we don't necessarily want damage. We actually want magic damage. Which is an interesting trade. It gives us Siphon. We don't really want Siphon. In fact, we don't want Siphon at all. So what we want to do, besides clear all these news on these runes, we actually want Vampirism. And the reason we want to go Vampirism is A, we don't need the Vault rune, but this will keep us nice and healthy. Like, we're going to have stupid Vampirism. I'm going to keep the Sprint rune, as silly as that might be. And that's just because it's a very good escape mechanism, despite the fact that we will be able to fly. You never know when you might need to dodge left or right very quickly, and you can still do it on the ground basically infinitely. So right now, let's see how much damage we're doing. 71 damage. I'm actually really happy about that. We're only going to get 3 shots though. And that's good if you look at our mana. It's pretty poor. So let's get some more mana. To the point where we need 52. That's 4 shots. We've got 4 shots now with that mana. We're basically investing in our dragon here. We could also reduce mana costs. In fact, I'm going to do that. So now I've got 3,000 to spend. It's a slightly weird number. But I think we can get one. We can definitely get a health out of it. The question is, what else can we get out of it? Didn't end up getting the Death Defy, but that's okay. Looks like we can just get another magic damage up. I like that. So it's 12 mana, which means that we can still fire 4 shots in rapid succession. Now notice the natural cooldown on hitting stuff. Only every other shot is hitting it, so going that fast isn't going to be advantageous to us. Kind of doing a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So despite the urge to flail around firing wildly, which of course we can do here because this is entertaining. Despite that fact, it's better to kind of get that rhythm going. Anyway, that's it for this episode. So thank you guys for watching. We're going to be playing a Vampire Dragon next round, which hopefully is very exciting. Once again, I'm going to be doing my best to release videos on time, and I appreciate you guys who are still watching them, and hopefully you guys are learning stuff. But I unfortunately cannot promise that my release schedule will be at all reasonable for the next few weeks, primarily because we're doing a kind of a weekend work project, so like a workend, which means that I'm going to be pretty busy over the weekend. I'm not going to be able to build up backlog, and the reason why that's bad is because the week after that, not this weekend, but 2 weekends from now, the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. Some of you may know that's Gen Con. And I am a very, very avid board game player as well, and that means that weekend I'm also going to be gone. So the weekend, which is a lot of the times that I build up some of my backlog, are going to be pretty darn busy, not to mention that all of this is on top of the fact that I am trying to move into my house, which, as I mentioned, is still a complete wreck. And by that I just mean there's a ton of boxes everywhere. However, I do hope that you guys are enjoying watching these episodes still. I know that this episode was kind of a farm episode, but I think it was still pretty interesting, especially showing how effective just going Spelunker for one run, 1.5 hour run, can really be. Because it definitely gets you a lot. We upgraded a lot of stuff. 75 damage is nothing shabby, especially when we can fly. But yes, that's all I'm going to say about that right now. Hopefully my videos will be coming out consistently and you guys will be able to enjoy them, and hopefully you guys will be able to learn more from them, and hopefully I won't just be playing Rogue Legacy the entire time. Anyway, until next time, see you then.